Okay, so now I'm going to show you the last practice activity from lesson 4, working with the temporary table spaces. And this practice, I will demonstrate how to configure local temporary table space. And local temporary table space, it is to leverage local devices. And when you perform memory-intensive operations, PGA space is used. And since the PGA memory space is a limited resource, and your spilled over operation can be done in the temporary table space. In temporary table space, we used to use in 12.1, now called the shared temporary table space. In addition to shared temporary table space, you can create local temporary table space as well. And in this practice, we will see how we can configure, how we can work with the temporary table spaces that will be configured in the local storage. And I will start new terminal session window. And I will connect to host 01. And I will set Oracle seed. And I will move on to next step. I will log in as a sysdba. And command is very simple. So we will create local temporary table space only for the leaf node instance. So we can run this command. Okay, so I was able to create local temporary table space for reader node instance or instances. And you can also create local temporary table space not only for read-write instances running out of a hub node, but also read-only instances running out of leaf node. And then we're going to check the location of instances. The current location looks like this. ORCL1, ORCL2, 2 instances running out of a leaf node. The rest of the instances running out of a hub node. And then we're going to check temporary table space files. I will just format it. Okay, so the output look like this. The output in the manual is better. Instance 1 and 2, we have 2 temp files because we created the temp file for leaf node and also temp file for all of instances. But in the hub node, we only have 1 local temporary table space. But in addition, we also have a shared temporary table space in the ASM disk group. And for testing purpose, we're going to grant DBA role to HR user. And then we're going to make temp leaf temporary table space as a default temporary table space for HR user. So we can verify. So local temporary table space assigned to HR user is a temp leaf, and also shared temporary table space is also assigned to HR. And then we're going to grant another privilege to HR user, and I will connect. And let's see if I can issue select star from sys.column, the call dollar view. And I was able to select, and I was able to do count star. And I will create test table from this table, from this view. And I will insert to populate the record of a test. I'm adding enough record for testing. It takes some time. I will insert one more time. And then finally, I will commit. Okay, so we'll commit. And then I will issue select star from test. So I have this amount of record. So the data may be slightly different. If output is close enough, you can ignore it. And then you can run SQL statement. And you have a temp file activity, so just in a minimal. So we made activities to share the temporary table space mostly in this example. And now as a HR user, let me see, show user. So as you can see, I'm in the HR user. I made a connection to read write instance, and I will run set auto trace trace only, and I'm going to issue SQL statement that requires sorting space. And if there is not enough PG space, then temp space will be used. So we have a sort by and also a temporary table space usage. And what we want to check here is in the read write instance, we made some temporary table space activities. Does the HR user leverage it to share the temporary table space or local temporary table space? That's what we want to see. So it takes some time. According to step number 10, as you can see, most of IOs made it to share the temporary table space, which means that when you log into read write instance and you make temporary table space activities, user that log into read write instance will take advantage of share the temporary table space first. So that's why we have one temp sort, and then you can turn off auto trace, and we can also check statistics. And look at this. Most of IOs made it to share the temporary table space. But this time, we want to actually make connection from read-only instance. So I will open new terminal window, and I will connect to leaf node, which is a host shadow 4 in this example. And pgrep -lf s1, instance name is ORC1. And now we'll make connection. And then I'm going to run same SQL statement that requires the sorting space. This time, does it use temporary table space in the shared storage or the local storage? So we have two testing cases right now. The first testing case was we log in as HR user to read write instance, and also we log in as HR user to leaf node instance, and then we are testing. Now in this particular example, I forgot to add execute to set auto trace only. That's why it's giving me the output. That's fine. I will just let it go. And then also what I'm going to do, let me just cancel it. I only need the output to see activities. Okay, as you can see, since I stopped in the middle, I have in small IOs to temporary table space. As you can see, it is a local temporary table space. So that's what we can learn from here. But if I actually, if you actually run, if you run the SQL statement with the auto trace and you wait enough time, and you will see enough number of IOs directly from local temporary table space. And that was the quick testing. So since we don't need a temporary table space, I'm gonna drop it. So I will switch to host 1 here, read write instance to drop all local temporary table spaces. And then I will close all terminal window sessions. And this is a practice for -5.